All right, everyone, before you dive into today's video, I wanted to give credit to where credit's due. And we started out with the sponsors, right? So the first one, obviously, Jeff at JJ's Detailing. Huge thank you. Jeff was hugely instrumental to all of this even taking place. Jeff, behind the scenes, worked with FlexiShield to get a sponsorship going on the wrap so that way we can change the color of the Acura. Jeff handled all that on his own. I think by the end of the video, you guys will know that we knocked this out the park, but it honestly starts with Jeff and it ends with Jeff because he made all of this possible. So huge shout out to Jeff. Anybody that needs any detailing work done, I'll put the link down below in the description. It's going to be JJ's Detailing here in Orland Park. Any detailing work you guys need, you know exactly where to go. Jeff has been in multiple videos already. So we'll move on to the next sponsor, which is obviously FlexiShield. Jeff, behind the scenes, brought FlexiShield in, worked out everything. It just so happened they had the color that I loved and that I wanted to wrap the car in. So huge shout out to FlexiShield as well. And then also probably one of the biggest thank yous I could ever give to anybody is Przemek, who Jeff brought in, who's a friend of his and had all the knowledge in how to wrap FlexiShield vinyl and put it on the car. Jeff and I tried, we failed miserably. So if it wasn't for Przemek, none of this would have ever even gotten done. The car would have never made it to the show. Jeff, FlexiShield, Przemek, huge thank you. I can't thank you guys enough for everything that you did. I think when we got to the show, from my personal standpoint, obviously it's a little biased, but I think we had the best Acura in-house. I just wanted to call that out before the video starts here, guys. A huge thank you to Jeff at JJ's Detailing, a huge thank you to FlexiShield, and a humongous thank you to Przemek out at Ghost Industries for even making any of this happen, guys. So with that being said, go ahead and enjoy the video. As you can see by the thumbnail, things are about to change. So we had a big surprise. Acura's back here. Sadly, a new beginnings, right? Because this is the last build Jeff is going to be doing in this shop before he moves to his next one. We'll have plenty of stuff to do with Jeff and his new spot, but what better way to end it than with putting this wrap on this Integra, right? Me and Jeff are going to get ready. We're going to get this car prepped up, and then it's going to be clean as possible so that we can lay film on it without it getting ruined or without any bubbles or anything forming within it, so it looks seamless throughout, just like regular paint. If you guys didn't know, FlexiShield, the specific film that we're going to be using it's paint protection film, correct? And I'll let Jeff explain it better than I can.
It is a color change PPF, and basically what that is, it's going to look the closest to paint, whereas your traditional vinyl has a lot of like orange peel texture, and it tends to scratch a little bit easier, whereas this paint protection film will have the self-healing properties, self-heal all the light little scratches and swirl marks and be more resistant towards your everyday driving.
A little bit about what we got going on here. So I guess just as me knowing I was gonna be here today, I washed the car because it was all dirty from some road trip I had taken for work. So I kind of did some prep, but not to the level that we need it now. So what we did is I hit it with the foam cannon, break up some of that dirt, debris, dust that I picked up even coming here. From there, we took it off. Now Jeff is hitting it with it's the iron remover, right?
It's the iron remover, so
yeah.
There's no contaminants.
So, there you go. So the iron remover will make sure there's no contaminants within the clear coat. We're gonna let this do its thing, and you guys have seen this. The very first video, guys, we did this almost a year ago. I think we're only like 8 days away from an exact year. My very first YouTube video was the same process of detailing the car. Now we're doing it again to wrap it. So it's gonna activate, and this is probably my favorite part, guys, here. Literally just the iron on the car, and it's gonna get crazier. The back is probably the worst because of all the muffler. Look at that.
You get a lot of that from, it's a turbo car, so there's a lot of carbon buildup that kind of turbines behind the vehicle, and they're little metal shards, keep in mind, and they get embedded into the clear coat. So if you look at it, it's like a little speck, and then it essentially starts reacting with it's a pH balanced iron remover.
Right.
That will remove that, and then we'll go one step further after we rinse this off and do a play bar just to ensure that the paint is completely bare.
And that's how you guys see, right? Still a brand new car, and if you guys seen the reaction when I had bought the car, I mean, Jeff called it out, right? No matter what, it's still, yeah, it was a 2024 model and 2023, but even from the factory, it comes with these things, right? So the best thing you can do is get your car detailed, get it ceramic coated at the very minimum, and that'll protect it, right? And if you guys are local, obviously, look at the sign. You see that? You come see Jeff. Jeff will take care of you. So we're gonna let this react, we're gonna rinse it off, and then we clay bar. Welcome back. It's the next day here. I'm already officially at Jeff's shop, but we got the car lifted up. We're gonna go ahead here and begin the front bumper disassembly. You guys already know I don't have to put another video of me recording this. So with the power editing, we're gonna get this guy off here, all right? So in 3, 2, 1, boom. Power of editing is done, guys, I told you. Now, as you can see, I have the bumper right behind me. What I have to do is get off all the same tabs like we did when we placed the front splitter on the car. They all have to come off, and then I have to get, so this is the first time I do this, bear with me, all the black trim that's in the bumper, so all these black panels and pieces, all of this has to get removed too for the wrap. Officially, guys, this is the color of the wrap, and my God, does it look beautiful. I don't think it does it any justice in here with like the regular lighting. Yeah, like you need real sun, but I'm gonna keep chugging along here. Jeff is working on the back side, getting things plotted out. But my main focus today is getting off, I got off the front bumper, basically tear it all apart, right? So it's just the white that's exposed. And then I'm gonna also have to take apart the rear section of the car to get the tail lights and just make it easier to get the wrap on the car itself. So I'm gonna keep plugging along here. I'm gonna set you guys up on the side so you can kind of see this process. I'll talk you through it whenever I need to, but let's just get all this little black trim pieces off, all right? So guys, you guys seen it on the time lapse here, but I got the bumper completely disassembled as requested. I had no idea that this actually came in 2 pieces. So if anybody ever disassembles it, well, at least you got to see where all the screws and all the little clips were hanging out at. But this whole thing is 2 separate pieces, which honestly kind of blew my mind. For the next part of this, we got to take apart the door panel so we can get to the door handles and obviously the front mirrors. I didn't know how to do this. I've never done this before, but what I will say is Jeff looked it up online. And as you can see, all of this part of the door panel itself, this whole door card, that just pulls off, right? And then the only thing you had to pry was the control module. Mm-hmm. Oh, so hold on, let me see.
There's a tool under there.
Okay.
Just pop it up.
Oh, no. Wow. That simple, eh?
Yep. Just a couple clips and the screws right there.
Nice.
Take that screw out and the whole thing will come right off.
Okay. That's literally how you remove the door panel. So we're gonna truck along here, we're gonna continue. We gotta do 4 doors. So update here, guys. We got all the door panels removed. So if you wanna see, let me pan it for you. Boom, this is what it looks like. And now you guys know how to remove the door panels, and they're off on every single door. I don't wanna kind of walk around, but you guys get the picture, right? The next phase of this part is I need to figure out how to get the tail lights off of the car so that when it comes to wrap the rear bumper, it's just one seamless thing, right? It doesn't have to kind of tuck anything under anything. So I'm gonna work on trying to figure this out. I'm hoping I don't gotta remove the rear bumper. I haven't done that yet, so that'd be a whole new piece of territory, which I don't mind, but if I can avoid it and just get to the taillights, I'm gonna do that. I'm assuming there's probably some plastic panels within the trunk I'm gonna have to remove, and some screws probably hidden behind, tucked away somewhere. We'll figure it out right now. I'm gonna bring all you guys along for the journey, just as I always do. But let's get into it and see what this is. This will be the last piece I physically need to remove, and then they can get to the wrapping part of it. So. Unfortunately, guys, we have to take off the bumper, man. So with removing the rear bumper, this is the first time I'm ever doing it. I'm gonna put this as a separate video as well so people can just search for it, right, if they ever have the question. but it's not as difficult as I thought it was gonna be. So there are, if you can see them, there's 3-star screws right here, and then there's one up above again, holding this rear bumper to the quarter panel. And that goes the same way on the other side, right? We've already gotten the one bolt, the one screw here, and then there was a bolt right here in the trunk, right? We pulled off the plastic piece. So I'm gonna go ahead on both sides and get all the screws out. And then it's just a matter of pulling and prying it out little by little and removing the tabs as you kind of go along with it. Same way I was doing on the front bumper. But I'm gonna show you guys step by step so you guys know how to do it, because there are screws underneath holding that tail light in, and I gotta get this guy out. So let's go ahead and get the rear bumper off. You guys will see the removal of the rear bumper and the removal of the tail lights. That should help out anybody in the event that they ever gotta do the same thing. So for the wrap purposes, we gotta get this off. I'm gonna start on that right now, guys, all right? So I wanted to show you on the passenger side of the car what the screws look like, and it's really hard to see if you don't have a light. So just so you guys are aware, there's actually 5 in total. So you have 1 right here, 2, 3, there's a 4th one right there, and then the 5th one is right up here. See if I'm sorry, I'm using my phone as a light. It is literally hidden inside the bumper. If you can see it, it's right there. You guys see it in that corner piece? It's literally right here where my finger's at. So there it is. So that's the 5 you guys got to get rid of. And that's just on each corner of the bumper. That'll allow you to kind of pry it off. There's still some underneath that we're gonna have to grab. So let me get rid of these first, or let me get these out. Then we'll focus on where the ones underneath are so I can show them to you. And then the whole bumper should just come right off, all right? It's time to start wrapping the front bumper and the rear bumper. Let's see how all of this goes. I'm excited. We're gonna get to work right now on all of this. All the assembly's done. Now it's time to lay some film, guys. When you initially lay this on, is it like this tug of war kind of thing where you got to get all the seams in properly?
Yeah, kind of. When you lay it, you want all your tension in the middle. Like if you look right here, all of this is all smooth.
Right.
And you want to have all your tension kind of basically, like none of this shit we're worried about, but all your tension so you can just pull it down so it goes away. Great example here is, see, we have no tension here.
Okay.
And all our tension is stuff we can pull up or down.
Gotcha.
So like this will pull straight down, and this will all pull straight up.
Okay, that makes sense.
You kind of want to like basically center it and then pull all your tension out, because like this with a touch of heat is all going to go away.
Yesterday, we were able to get the front and rear bumper 100% completed. We had to stay pretty late. I don't think I got home till about maybe 1 a.m. So on today's agenda, I have to get off certain little knickknack items like the rear deck lid, the antenna on the top, and the wide body flares that sit on the rear quarter panel and the rear door. So got to figure out how to disassemble some of these pieces. We'll start with that, and we're gonna just start disassembling here, all right, guys? We are really gonna get buckled down here on the Integra today for the show. We have literally, today's Friday as I make this video, so we have 2 days, really one more day actually. But we have to get this thing done. I gotta be at the show first thing at 7 a.m. So if I'm gonna show you the status of the Integra, this is what she currently looks like. And all the white gotta turn into this very beautiful finish line green. So bumper's already done, it's over there. I put it all back together. There are some little things that we gotta readdress here, like for some odd reason, it seems like it wants to air bubble out on certain corners. So Przemek said we just gotta heat it up. I will trust in him since he works with this way more than I do. And then obviously if we walk to the back of the car, the gas cap is done and the rear bumper's done. And then the rest of the car is white. So when Jeff gets back in here, we're gonna wrap the roof. We're gonna do the roof in black just to kind of offset all the green. And then after that, Przemek should be here shortly and then he can start working on the panels and the last of the car. So let's just dive right in, guys. I don't wanna waste all your time, but today's about to be a really late night, so get ready. Okay.
You see this protective liner that I'm keeping on?
Yeah, I noticed you kept it on this time.
So the protective liner, it's a good and a bad thing. So the good part about it is it won't let you put too much tension to the film.
Okay.
Otherwise it pops. So right now I'm getting to the point where I need to add tension, so I'm just peeling it all off. But like this is all fed in with no tension because the clear layer won't let it slide over that.
I guess too, how do you know when you need to add tension versus when you need to not have tension?
Well,
if that question makes sense.
In this spot right here, you don't want any tension. Because the tension, like these bubbles, like on the other side, the ones we were fighting, were happening because of too much tension in there. So once you do enough FlexiShield, you'll learn like the protective layer, kind of your best friend.
Guys, this is the last day. I hope you guys enjoy this content. It's been a very long week trying to get up into this point. For the last year, you guys have been following me building the Acura, trying to get it to where it is currently right now. Now, I won't say the journey ends, but we're getting kind of close, right? Before we got to bring in a new build. But before we do any of that, we got to finish the wrap, right? And the wrap was a key component. It was something I've always wanted to do. I'm very grateful that we were able to get sponsored to get this done. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the last year's worth of content almost here. There's still some things that we want to do on the Acura. Will we get them done right away? Probably not. Let's just go in the shop here. We'll see how the car looks, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this.
So hey guys, it's Sean from Ghost Industries. We're taking care of Ryan's car this week, and we got these fender flares and no videos on how to take them off. So they're actually pretty simple. All you have to do is pull on the bottom, and then there's a strip of adhesive right here, and you have 2 bolts in the back that you need to take off. So this does require you to take the rear bumper partially off, and you could either pull it from the back or from the front. It doesn't really matter, but all they do is pop out. You could kind of be a little bit aggressive, and then there's the adhesive right here. So here I recommend just going slow, peeling it, and then it slides up.
But that's how you do it, guys. All right, you guys, anybody that's wondering, that's how you get this side panel off the side wide body on the quarters. And then obviously we've taken off the rear bumper as well, so we'll put that in a separate video, that way it doesn't get misconstrued with everything else we got going on. But at the very minimum, we didn't see any for how to remove a rear bumper, and I didn't see any how to remove tail lights or the rear quarter flares. So 3 things for you guys. Hopefully y'all enjoy it. Guys, we made it back to Tuner Evo, and I have 0 sleep, so we're over 24 hours now of me being awake. Everybody's already funneling in. As you can see, it's a pretty packed house here, and then if we flip it, you still got some late straggler cars coming in, but the line is pretty packed out there. Here's how this is gonna have to work. They're gonna start playing music like they did last year. Remember, last year we just came to spectate. This year, me and Kenya actually brought the Integra, and as you can see, she is fully wrapped for you guys. Told you we were gonna get it done, we did. The only thing it cost me is sleep in about 4 years of my life now. This is what she looks like. Let me get a bit wider so you guys can see it, but this is what she looks like now, and now she is a beauty. And I absolutely love this green to the point where I wouldn't mind painting my car this color. A couple of the people actually came up to me already that are at the show. They thought that the wrap was actually paint. It looks phenomenal. I don't know if the camera's gonna do it justice, but in the light, it looks beautiful. I took some awesome shots in here. I have to get some shots outside when I get a chance to. For the show itself, we'll try to get away from the music so I can talk more. But just know that if you see more B-roll than anything, it's because they are playing music. I don't want to get flagged. For the most part, we're going to be hanging out, right? I'm beat. I'd rather just jump in the back of my car and sleep, but I don't have that option today, so we're going to toughen it out. We're going to enjoy the show here, and we're just going to see, you know, what kind of comes our way. All right, guys, so as you see me roll out with the car, obviously you can see it's done. It did come at a cost though. We had to work all night just to get it ready for the show today. So I'm on 0 sleep right now. It's been over 24 hours, but that's okay. The car looks amazing, as you guys can see in the little video I took. I'm obviously gonna do a bigger reveal, but I hope you guys like the color. A lot of you guys guessed it on Facebook, some on Instagram. And a couple people called it out obviously in the comments on the last YouTube video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took a long time to put together, spanned so many, basically a week, right? So enjoy it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. The more you guys like the videos, comment, and share, the more we get to do things like this, right? So I'm excited for what the future has to bring, but even more excited to see what the next build could potentially be. So thank you for always tuning in. Thank you for all the support. And as always, go ahead, look, and take it easy, because I'm out.